This Natyshak is committed to continuing to serve the great people of Essex County as the member of provincial parliament, and his campaign took a major step in that direction with their campaign Kickoff on Thursday.
A whole host of issues, Kevin. We've seen a government that simply can't be trusted any longer, and that's unfortunate for any government. When you get to the point where the people, by and large, don't believe that they're ready to fulfill the commitments on the priorities of the people, it comes to a point where democracy has to play its role, and that means that we have to judge various political parties on their record and, again, on their efforts to making life better for everybody in the province of Ontario, not just simply a select or subset of our population. So New Democrats have a focus, and I've always had a focus on ensuring that those within our communities, within our province, who need the help the most are the ones that receive the help the first. And that's certainly something that is near and dear to my heart. It's a focus that I have, my staff has, through our community office. And I think it's also quintessentially Essex County. It's where we know our heart is to work with other people to ensure that our neighbors are doing well and that there's opportunity that is shared for all.
Now, the motto for this campaign for the NDP is a plan that makes sense. So could you elaborate on that for me?
Yeah, you know, it really is something that we hope resonates with people. There's always the age-old head nod test. You want to present an idea or a policy that passes the head nod test, and you want people to say, you know what, that makes sense to us. So for instance, when people hear about our hydro rates, they hear that our province has a policy that sends hydro to the United States and neighboring jurisdictions lower, at a price that's lower than what we pay as residents of the province of Ontario. And we say as New Democrats, that doesn't make sense. We have to fix that situation so that we're paying, you know, an affordable price for hydro, and there aren't neighboring provinces or states that are getting our own hydro cheaper than we can buy it. So, you know, when you talk to people about that issue, they say, that makes sense. That's sort of the mantra and the principle of our entire platform. It's something that should be achievable, practical, and something that's well within our means in terms of given our fiscal constraints at the provincial treasury.
And I know a major part of this campaign is focused on job creation and creating good paying jobs. So can you tell me how the NDP plans on creating sustainable job growth?
Absolutely, and I'm quite proud of our principle and our policy on job creation. It revolves around a concept that was launched actually by the Obama administration that's modeled over on their job creator tax credit. So essentially what it says is if a company is ready to invest in our jurisdiction, we should be ready to support them with a job creator tax credit. If you're going to be investing in machinery that enhances your productivity or your company at large, we can be there and should be there. We have to get away from what we've historically done in terms of broad-based, across-the-board corporate tax cuts that go to every company, regardless if you're creating jobs or not. For far too long, we've seen corporations receive generous tax breaks and quite soon afterwards shut down their operations and move to other low-wage jurisdictions. We have to stop rewarding people that aren't creating jobs or economic prosperity and start supporting those who actually are in our province.
And tell me why the Liberal plan, in your judgment, is somewhat broken and why it needs to be changed.
Well, I think it revolves around a status quo agenda. The Liberals, unfortunately, are historically unable to really focus on some of the more specific aspects of our economy. They, I guess I would say, subscribe more to a right-wing ideology that would again, be based on across the board corporate tax reductions. We've seen that throughout the last 10 years that the Liberals have been in government, a substantial reduction in our marginal corporate tax rate, to the point where we are one of the lowest jurisdictions in the province. We need to make sure that, of course, we are competitive, but that we're getting good value for dollar when we forego that revenue for the expense of not so much on the other side. People, I think, by and large, are asking that if we're going to be there to support, as a provincial government, private enterprises, that we have some strings attached, and those strings are attached to good, tangible jobs right in our community.
And for you personally, what has the ride been like as the representative for this riding?
I can tell you that the ride has been exciting. It has been challenging. It has at times been incredibly frustrating, but it has also been incredibly rewarding to see the work that my community office does to support our friends, our neighbors, our family members right here in Essex County is heartwarming, and it makes it all worthwhile to know that there's a service there at the end of the rope that people can connect to make sure that their lives are better, and if they face challenges, that they have a support mechanism in our community office. So again, it's a career that I think is quite unique, but one that I truly am honored to have.
And along those same lines, what are you most proud of your time in office?
I would say, well, there are a couple personal issues that I've had the ability to work on. One is the fight to maintain and protect thoracic cancer surgery in Windsor and Essex County. Certainly I felt I'm proud to have led the charge to protect that service and to ensure that it wasn't removed from our Windsor Regional Hospital. Something that involved our entire community. In 7 days, we amassed over 7,000 signatures on a petition. We had over 400 people attend a rally in LaSalle to voice their opinion and voice their concern about removing thoracic cancer. So that's one issue that I'm very proud, and we'll take some credit to have played a part in protecting that service. But by and large, again, the proudest achievement is to have a functional and dedicated community office with staff that go above and beyond to servicing our community.
And finally, what would be your final message to the voters out there as they select a candidate to vote for in the upcoming election?
I would be remiss if I didn't ask people for their support on June the 12th to give me again the opportunity and the honor to represent our riding at the provincial level. But most of all, please just play a part, get out there and vote, make your voice be heard. It is incredibly important to do so and to play an active role in our democracy. So get out there, vote, June the 12th. But of course, I would certainly appreciate and be honored to have your support.
Well, Terrence, thanks for a couple of minutes, and it's always great to see you.
Likewise, Captain. Appreciate it. Thank you.
For the News Blitz, I'm Kevin McShan.